decides, who really, outside of this crew, doesn't really have any friends in the media, suddenly he's going to be in Indianapolis, drive into the country and go and do a show that comes on immediately after First Take. Clearly, they were looking at it and they used the upcoming Mind Your Game podcast with Steve Nash to disguise what his real agenda was, which was to address me. Because he continues to lie to the world about what I said and who I was pointing the finger.
ESPN is turning into complete chaos right now. Stephin A. Smith is taking shots at LeBron James on every platform imaginable. Shaq just stepped in and made it clear he plans to take over. Skip Bayless somehow walked right back into the spotlight. And now all of these giant personalities are sharing the same stage. This was never supposed to happen. So the real question is, are we witnessing the beginning of the greatest era in sports television history? Or is this entire thing about to implode because of all these egos colliding at once? And the craziest part is that it all traces back to one moment courtside at Crypto.com Arena during a Lakers-Knicks game in March 2025. That was the spark that started everything. Stephin A. Smith was sitting courtside doing his job while LeBron James warmed up on the floor. Then suddenly, in front of everyone inside the arena, LeBron walked directly over to Smith and confronted him face to face. There was no private phone call, no backstage conversation, and no attempt to handle things quietly. LeBron made sure the message was delivered publicly. The confrontation stemmed from Smith's comments about Bronny James, after Smith said on First Take that Bronny belonged in the G League instead of the NBA.
I'm really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be towards LeBron James. I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad.
Look, that was not some outrageous take. A lot of people felt that way then, and plenty still do now. Bronny James being in the NBA became one of the biggest talking points in basketball, because it forced everyone to ask an uncomfortable question. Was this truly a basketball decision, or was it a family decision? Stephin A. Smith simply asked that question out loud on national television, and LeBron James clearly did not appreciate it. According to Smith's own retelling on the Out the Mud podcast, people close to the situation had already warned him beforehand. They told him LeBron was upset and wanted to confront him. Smith said he tried to handle things professionally by offering to meet privately in the back after the game and talk everything through away from the cameras. But LeBron was not interested in a private discussion. He wanted the conversation right there in the moment, standing courtside in front of everybody.
When I talked about Bronny James early in the season, and I highlighted the fact that at that particular moment in time, he simply was not ready, I was calling out LeBron James. LeBron James never addresses that with anybody, and for some reason, no one ever asked him about that. Wasn't it you who said that Bronny James was better than some players in the NBA right now before he was even drafted? Wasn't it you who said, if you want me, draft my son? Because
Smith said he could live with the initial confrontation. One man walked up to another man face to face. It was tense, but it was direct. What truly pushed him over the edge was everything that happened afterward. LeBron went on the Pat McAfee show and publicly explained the situation from his perspective. He framed the courtside confrontation as a father defending his family. According to LeBron, the issue was never really about basketball criticism. It became personal. And by doing that, LeBron presented his version of events to a massive national audience before Smith really had the chance to present his own side. Smith responded immediately on First Take the following day. He admitted that he respected a father protecting his child, and made it clear he understood that side of the situation. He even said that in that moment, he did not see LeBron as a basketball player confronting him. He saw a parent defending his family. But after acknowledging that, Smith drew a sharp line. He argued that if LeBron truly had a problem with his comments, there were countless ways to handle it privately. Rich Paul could have called. Maverick Carter could have called. Randy could have called. Anyone inside LeBron's circle had access to Smith and could have arranged a conversation away from the cameras instead of creating a public scene during a nationally televised game. That option existed, and according to Smith, it was intentionally ignored. And Stephen A. Smith is not the type of personality who easily forgets when he feels his dignity was deliberately sacrificed in public.
It's obviously to you and Stephen A. Hey, legit, that feels like a moment that had been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're watching it.
Yep.
We're all.
Oh yeah,
we're all. You're seeing it as well.
He literally. It started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it, but since the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Yeah, on viral. You would
Are you kidding me? If there's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop, so you.
Now, this is where the story gets much deeper because this was never just a random disagreement that suddenly exploded in public. The tension between Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James has been building for more than a decade. Smith openly addressed it during an appearance on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast with Carmelo Anthony in October 2025. He did not dance around the issue at all. He flat out admitted that he does not like LeBron. Not even a little. Smith claimed that LeBron presents himself one way publicly while behaving very differently behind the scenes. He also said that comments LeBron allegedly made about him privately had eventually found their way back through mutual connections, and when someone with deep relationships across the entire basketball world tells you he knows exactly what has been said behind closed doors, that kind of resentment does not simply disappear. According to Smith himself, the foundation of all this tension comes back to one thing above everything else: the GOAT debate.
You told me the storm was coming.
Right.
See, your storm happened for 9 years, then took 2 years off.
Right.
And it happened for 3 years,
Yep.
and took another 3 years off.
That's right.
And then it kind of just was like drizzling. My storm been going for 21 years raining.
Right, you could say that, and my retort to that would be 6 NBA Finals losses.
That's
6 final losses.
Yeah.
6 finals losses.
Let me ask you a question.
6.
I just want you to tell me one thing, and we're going to debate this.
Sure.
Tell me the team that he faced that was the 2017 or the 2018 Golden State Warriors.
Can I respond to that?
Sure.
Can I tell you why? No one. Do you know why? Because none of them had Jordan.
No.
You don't understand that Jordan is 6-0 in NBA Finals?
Yes.
You understand that Jordan was MVP all 6 NBA Finals?
Yes.
Do you understand that Jordan never even allowed a final series to go 7 games? You
yeah.
understand that? It never went 7 games. 10-time NBA scoring champion. 9-time all defensive first team. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
It was LeBron on both sides of the ball.
Stephen A. Smith has been consistent for years. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. In his view, placing LeBron James at number 2 was never meant as disrespect. It was, as he puts it, the highest possible praise for any player not named Jordan. But LeBron's camp reportedly did not interpret it that way. Smith has referenced a meeting with Rich Paul, where it became clear that being labeled number 2 was being taken as a personal slight rather than a compliment about greatness. From that moment, he suggests, the relationship between him and LeBron's inner circle began to shift. And when you step back, the scale of it is almost unbelievable. A debate over historical ranking in basketball, a conversation that LeBron himself helped fuel through his King James persona and wearing number 23. That debate eventually became the foundation of a much larger feud, one that escalated into a courtside confrontation, played out in front of thousands inside an arena and millions watching on national television.
Stephen A., have you had a conversation with LeBron since we've seen the incident?
No.
Would you?
If he asked, which he wouldn't, but if he asked, sure.
Why do you think that happened?
Because we don't like each other.
Right. Okay.
Period. But I want to emphasize this. I respect the hell out of him. He's the second greatest player in the history of basketball. He's a global, iconic brand. What he has achieved in his career is phenomenal. I will never lack respect for him and his accomplishments. I believe Michael Jordan is the greatest I've ever seen. I don't give a damn what anybody says. I don't say that to throw shade on him. I say that because as a basketball player, I believe Michael Jordan is to be revered.
Smith escalated further in May 2026 with comments about the Lakers' relationship with LeBron that few analysts would ever say on air. He suggested that internally, the Lakers had grown weary of LeBron's influence and that Clutch Sports, along with Rich Paul's operation, had strained their relationship with the organization. He went as far as stating deliberately, and without softening his language, that LeBron is one of the most effective narrative manipulators in the history of the sport. He tied his argument to the Jeannie Buss statue discussion, where Buss gave non-committal answers about LeBron potentially receiving a statue outside the arena. He also referenced Rob Pelinka handing a historic game ball to J.J. Redick instead of highlighting LeBron's milestone achievement. These were not vague criticisms, they were specific, pointed, and framed less as basketball commentary and more as a direct challenge to the legacy surrounding the league's most powerful player. What stood out, however, is that Smith never fully dismissed LeBron's greatness. He acknowledged his impact on the Lakers and even noted that the franchise should show more appreciation given that LeBron chose them rather than being drafted or traded there. But he used that acknowledgement as a foundation for criticism rather than a counterbalance. His argument effectively became, even with all of that, the relationship is still strained. From there, the conversation expands to Shaquille O'Neal and his arrival at ESPN, which significantly shifts the network's internal dynamics. Inside the NBA, a 36-year staple on TNT and one of the most decorated studio shows in sports history,